from New York. I am currently in my cousin Erin's apartment by myself. I'm here for the weekend. I was originally planning to hang out with my cousin, but she had to go out of town a little earlier than expected. So this weekend is just gonna be a solo trip. And one of the main reasons, though, that I chose this weekend to visit New York versus any other weekend to visit my cousin was one of the personal trainers that I follow, James Smith, and the podcaster Chris Williamson, if you follow either of them, are currently doing a live US and Canada tour, and their New York show is tonight. So that was probably like the closest showing to Nashville. They had an Austin and a Chicago one, but I wanted to visit my cousin. She's gonna watch this and feel bad. So I chose New York instead. So I'm here in the city, just got in, so I'm probably going to go take a quick shower, freshen up, hop on over to Trader Joe's to get some groceries for the weekend, and then just walk around and explore until the live show tonight, and I'm so excited, so let's go. Okay, I actually decided to go to Trader Joe's first to get some food because I'm like starving, and my cousin has a Trader Joe's tote, so I'm gonna steal that to put the groceries in. Made it back from Trader Joe's haul. No, I'm joking. So I'm all ready. I'm gonna head out. Probably, like I said, go to Union Square Market, walk around, have a couple hours before the show starts. So hopefully I can kill some time and not freeze my butt off outside. So I'm leaving Union Square Holiday Market now, and that was like such a really cool market to visit. There were so many different little shops. You can get hot chocolate, apple cider donuts. There's so many different little stands with artisan and craftsman gifts that you can shop for people. So now I'm trying to find my way, but I'm getting ready to now head to the theater to go see James Smith and Chris Williamson.
New York, how are we? Are we well? Your guys' spirituality like? And James immediately went to like bro psychedelic. I'm the guy that lives in Austin.
I didn't do mine legally. So I remember I was posed with a question, which I think Chris has as well, where like I asked myself, do people like me for who I am or what I do? And I was like, oh shit. That took me like 2 years to figure it out. And after 2 years I realized, it doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. So like, that's a pretty hard one to live with, but came to realization it doesn't matter.
Really, really fascinating. We ask the world to love us for who we are, whereas our own self-love is contingent on what we do. So we ask the world to show up for us in a way that we're not prepared to show up for ourselves. But that was so fucking...
That was so much better than what I said.
All right, I'll take what you do. You plagiarize my ideas for your book, I'll do it for the podcast.
Now late morning. I had a late start to the day. The show was so much fun. It started out with Chris Williamson kind of doing a talk of the things he's learned from people on his podcast and cracking jokes. And then James Smith came out and did kind of a talk about kind of summarizing his most recent book that he wrote about confidence, while also cracking jokes. And then they had a Q&A at the end where people got to ask questions, obviously. And then after the show, everyone moved to a bar across the street called The Globe. and we had drinks, got to take selfies with James and Chris, and it was just so much fun. Just had some breakfast, and so gotten ready. I'm going to probably just like walk around. I'm thinking about taking the Staten Island ferry just to see kind of from a distance the Statue of Liberty, since I've never seen the Statue of Liberty on the times that I've gone to New York. So I'm gonna go do that, but I don't really want to like pay money to go up to the Statue of Liberty, so just see it from a distance from the ferry and then maybe walk around the Battery. I don't know, we'll see what the day takes us. All right, made it to the Brooklyn Bridge. Super crowded. Doesn't look that crowded until you get to, the line to get onto the bridge. Okay, got away from that madness, craziness. It was so cool. That was one of the things I wanted to do, is go to the Brooklyn Bridge. So cool I got to do that, but kind of sucks when it's so crowded and like every 5 seconds people are stopping to take a selfie, or there's just so much loud music with all of the vendors selling things on the side, and it's just a lot. So but pretty cool nonetheless. So making my way down to take the Staten Island ferry now. So I've just returned back to my cousin's apartment, and I have heated up some of those pizza bites that I got from Trader Joe's so I can get some food in me. But the Staten Island ferry was such a fun experience. It's a great way to see the Statue of Liberty if you don't want to pay an admissions price ticket to go up to the Statue of Liberty. It's one of the few options that you can do for free where you even get the front view of the Statue of Liberty. So it's a little bit farther, the ferry ride is a little bit farther in distance from the statue. So you do have to kind of zoom in with your camera, but it's so cool. It's free. If you do take the Staten Island ferry, you want to sit on the right-hand side getting on, because that has the great view of the Statue of Liberty as you pass by. And then as soon as you dock in Staten Island, you can either hang out in Staten Island or you can immediately turn left and get back onto the ferry, because everyone has to get off the ferry before you can get back on for the return trip, just because sometimes that particular vessel isn't going to be going back. It's going to be out of service or whatever reason you can't stay on it. So you do have to get off and then go get back on a different ferry to return. So you can either rush and do that all at once or wait for the next ferry. It's usually every 30 minutes or so. Okay, I've spent the last couple of hours just relaxing on the couch, just resting up from walking all over on the Brooklyn Bridge and going to the ferry and everything. So put my coat on. I figured I'd just go out exploring some more this evening, maybe go grab a coffee since I'm kind of chilled and want to warm up, see if there's any place to grab like a little dessert, kind of feeling something sweet. So we'll just go see what's out there. I did not want to get up this morning. It is cloudy and a little bit rainy outside, and I was all just like snuggled up in bed. So it's just not a motivating day to go out and do some running around. I have a couple hours remaining of my time here in New York before I head to the airport, so I do want to do something before I head out, but since it's rainy, I don't know what. So I'm gonna put on my rain jacket. I did bring my umbrella, so I'm good there, and just go walk around and play in the rain, I guess. So after just wandering around, did a little shopping, just mainly window shopping, didn't really see anything that I had to have, especially since it's around Christmas time. But I did get some lunch, and I stopped at the famous Prince Street Pizza and got their raved about pepperoni slice and a margarita slice. I'm gonna try that out. And then I did get some dessert right across the street. I stopped by a little cupcake store, it was kind of fun, and got a red velvet cupcake. My sister does not like red velvet. She is all about chocolate, and she thinks red velvet is just trying to be chocolate, but it's not. I like it. So I'm gonna have some lunch. Let's go ahead and try. Oh gosh. All right. Here is their famous pepperoni slice pizza. Let's take a bite. Didn't really get a pepperoni. Okay. That's pretty good. So I'm finishing up packing, and since I have my sweatshirt and I'm gonna be wearing my rain jacket, I'm actually gonna pack my coat in because I have some space. Because it's not that cold out that I need my coat, and since it's rainy, I'd rather have my rain jacket that's a little bit more water resistant than my coat. So just finishing up packing, gonna pick up and probably just head out and go to the airport. I will say that there's a lot of videos on New York itself, but YouTuber Sarah Funk, I believe, had a great video on getting to and from each airport in New York to Midtown, or pretty much the center of Manhattan. And that video helped so much, just figuring out which transportation option to choose, whether it was just the subway, the Long Island Railroad, an Uber or taxi, like any of those options. And because it was just me and I wasn't splitting the cost, an Uber or taxi would have just been a little bit more expensive than what I wanted to pay. So I went with going the Long Island Railroad route and then subway the rest of the way to my cousin's apartment, which was fairly inexpensive and super easy. So shout out to Sarah Funk's video for helping me navigate the transportation options to and from at the airport. So if you're coming to New York, I'll link her video down below because it really helped me out. Maybe it'll help you out. So I'm gonna finish packing and then head to the airport.